Welcome to Stories with Mrs. E. Today I have two neat books for you. One about the top 10 cats and the top 10 small mammals. Now, some people might be petless in their house, and some parents might not want you to get a pet just yet because maybe you're too young or you might not care for it correctly. That's up to the parent, and stop bugging your parents if they're still saying no. However, I'd like to read you some things about cats and some things about small mammals, and maybe the minds of somebody or someone will change. So these are all different ideas. So you want to get a cat. All cats are different, just like all people are different. Some cats like lots of attention from their owners, and your cat might always be rubbing up against your leg or even sitting on your homework so that you pay attention to her instead. But other cats like to be alone. You might only see your cat for meals. You never know. The rest of the time, she might be under a bed or in a corner or exploring the house. If you decide to get a cat, you have to be ready for anything. Sometimes your cat might remind you of a wildcat. He might lie on the top of the refrigerator like it's in a tree. He might try to hunt mice in the garage. Just like a lion waits in the tall grass to pounce on a zebra, your cat might wait behind a chair and pounce on you. What do you think of that? My cat did that once, scared the life out of me. So you want to get a cat. But pet cats are not wild animals. They need love and care from people to live. They need to be fed and brushed, and they need lots of attention. Before you get a cat, you and your family need to think about several things. Do you have time to take care of a cat? Do you already have another pet? And if so, will they get along with a new one? Does anyone in your house have allergies? If you go on vacation, do you know someone who can take care of your cat and feed it? Cats can live for 15 to 20 years, so are you ready to be a friend to a cat for her whole life? Remember, like all pets, cats need plenty of love, attention, and care. How to have a healthy cat? One of your main jobs will be to feed your cat. Your veterinarian will let you know which kind of food your cat should eat. Your cat also needs to drink clean water. Your cat has to be made sure that he has plenty of water to drink at all times. Have special food and water bowls for your cat. Cats need to be fed about 2 times a day. Kittens need to be fed 3 or 4 times a day. Wash out the food bowl and water bowls with warm soapy water and then rinse them clean. You should do this after each meal or at the end of each day. Grooming. You do not have to give your cat a bath. Cats clean themselves by licking their fur with their scratchy tongues. But doing this causes them to swallow some of the hair. So swallowing too much can cause hairballs. And hairballs can get stuck in a cat's stomach, causing her to vomit. That means to throw up. You might not like that. Gentle brushing your cat hair with a special brush can help get rid of the excess hair. And so if your cat has short hair, you need to brush her only once a week or so. But if you have a long-haired cat, you might need to do it almost every day. Most cats enjoy brushing because they like the attention. The litter box. Cats go to the bathroom in a litter box. That's if you have an inside cat. If you have an outside cat, which is sometimes scary because they get run over easily or sometimes get lost, you should put your cat's litter box in a quiet place away from her food area. Every day you need to scoop out the cat's waste and throw it into the trash. Once a week you need to empty all of the litter out of the box and discard it in the trash, and next wash the box with warm soapy water and put in new litter. Whenever you scoop out waste or change litter, you must wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water afterwards. Make sure you do that. The top cats for kids. Most cats will know how to use the litter box without being shown. Kittens learn by watching their mothers, but if a kitten has not yet learned, you may have to show them. To do this, put him in the litter box when he wakes up from sleeping or a few times during the day. He will soon learn that the litter box is where he should go to the bathroom. Teaching your cat. Cats might like to explore places you do not want them to go. If your cat jumps up on the kitchen counter, you can take her off and say, "No." If you do this over and over again, you may be able to teach her not to go up there. Never hit or hurt your cat. You should always be gentle. That way, when you say no, your cat will trust you and be more likely to listen. Even so, you may not be able to stop some behaviors. You can prevent trouble by giving your cat better choices. If your cat likes to climb, you can get him a cat tree. To keep your cat from scratching the furniture, give him a tall scratching post. Try moving him to it whenever he tries to scratch something that he should not be scratching. You can keep a box of cat toys where he can reach them. That way, he will be less tempted to go somewhere he should not. When your cat does something good, you can give him a cat treat as a reward, or give him fond words also. You don't want him to get too fat on cat treats. Safety. You should keep your cat indoors because that is the safest place for him. However, even your home has some dangers. For example, some houseplants can make cats very sick or even kill them if they are eaten. Ask your vet for a list of these plants. Then either get rid of the plants or put them where your cat cannot reach them. Also be sure to pick up small objects so your cat cannot choke on them. These might include rubber bands or scraps of yarn or string. Lock household cleaners in cabinets. Make sure window screens are secure so your cat will not fall out if she sits on the windowsill. Health care. Keep your cat healthy by bringing him to a vet for regular checkups. Before you even bring your new cat home, you should have a vet picked out. At a regular checkup, a vet will weigh your cat, take his temperature, and check his skin and coat, eyes, and ears. Your cat will need vaccinations so that he does not get diseases. If your cat is sick, the vet might give you medicine that you need to give your cat at home. Your vet will suggest that you have your cat spayed or neutered, and these operations are performed so that cats cannot produce kittens. This is good for your cat's health, and it will help prevent the birth of unwanted kittens. If your cat gets lost, you want to be sure whoever finds him will know where he belongs, so that you can get a collar for your cat with an ID tag. The collar should be made of elastic or be of a breakaway type so that your cat can slip out of it if the collar gets caught on something. You can also have a vet put a microchip just under your cat's skin. If he is lost and someone finds him, they can bring him to a vet and the vet can scan the microchip to see who the cat belongs to. And they're just very little. Choosing the perfect pet. Do you want a cat or a kitten? Kittens are cute and playful, but they cannot be left alone all day. They are still learning about things, and they could hurt themselves if no one is there to watch them. Grown-up cats are already used to being around people, but they may not need such attention. Do you want a purebred cat or a mixed breed cat? A purebred cat has been bred to look and act in a certain way. For example, a Persian has long flowing hair. A Siamese has lots of energy. There are between 80 and 100 breeds of cats. Mixed breed cats are a mixture of many breeds too. The best place to get a mixed breed cat is at an animal shelter. Shelters take in both kittens and older cats whose owners can no longer care for them. A cat from a shelter will not cost too much money to adopt. Sometimes purebred cats can also be found at the animal shelter, or you can go to a breeder to buy one. These are people who breed purebred cats and can prove that the parents were of the same breed. A purebred cat can cost hundreds of dollars. Make sure you choose a healthy cat. A healthy cat will have bright eyes, clean ears, and pale pink gums and tongue. The cat's coat should be shiny. The cat should not be too skinny. Ask to play with the cat or kitten before you take it home. If she's friendly, does she like to be held? Does she seem active and interested in you? These are all important questions. A kitten should not be adopted until at least 8 weeks to 10 weeks old. Then he is ready to leave his mother. Abyssinians love to climb and jump. The appearance of an Abyssinian is short hair. With longer hair, the longer hair Abyssinians are called Somalis. Slim, muscular body with long legs, triangle-shaped head, very large pointed ears, gold or green almond-shaped eyes, and about 9 to 15 pounds. The Abyssinian. We just talked about this a little while ago. This active, friendly breed is named after Abyssinia, now Ethiopia, a country in Africa, where people believe this type of cat lived long ago. Abyssinians have a ticked coat. This means that they have lines or darker colors on each hair. The most common color is ruddy, which is brownish red with black ticking. General behaviors of an Abyssinian. He loves to climb and jump, are smart and curious, and will check out anything that you bring into the house, will follow you around and want to play with you, are quiet cats. They hardly ever use their voices, and are gentle and loving. Special needs. They need lots of space so they would not do well in a very small home. The next one is the American Shorthair. They make loud purring sounds when happy. And their appearance is short hair, of course, muscular bodies, wide, full cheeks, medium-sized ears with round tips, round eyes, usually copper or green, and about 8 to 15 pounds. The American Shorthair cats come in more than 80 colors and patterns, and most common colors are silver tabbies and brown tabbies. Tabby cats have dark marks on light backgrounds in the shape of blotches, stripes, or spots. The first cats came to America on ships with European settlers in the 1600s. People often brought cats on ships to help keep the rats under control. Over time, cats became popular as pets. In the early 1900s, some breeders took some cats with qualities they liked and created a new breed. The breed was first called domestic Shorthair. It is now called American Shorthair to set them apart from mixed breed cats. The American Shorthair's general behaviors are friendly and playful, but also like to sit and watch. They make loud purring sounds when happy, are full of energy, so they need lots of space, are usually very healthy and often live to 20 years or so, and are known for being good hunters, so they will catch mice and flies in the house. My cat used to bring a mouse from the outside in and give it to me. I didn't really like that. Special needs. American Shorthairs like to eat a lot, so pay attention to how much your cat is fed and make sure that he gets exercise. The Maine Coon cat. Maine Coons are very strong and good hunters. They have long hair, large body with broad chest, long bushy tail, slightly longer than wide head, large ears with tufts of fur inside, round eyes, usually gold, copper, or green, and about 9 to 22 pounds. Maine Coons are named for the state where they were found and for their raccoon-like bushy ringed tails. They are the largest breed of pet cats. The color of Maine Coons come in many patterns and colors. The most common is brown tabby. Maine Coons are easygoing and friendly. They are very strong and good hunters. They are curious and like to play and climb. They do not mind big families and are friendly with other pets and do not meow. Instead, they make a chirping noise. Special needs. A Maine Coon's long coat needs to be groomed often to keep it from getting matted or tangled in thick knots. The Manx. This is an interesting cat. It likes to play and can be easily trained to do some tricks. The short, thick hair of a Manx has a round body. Back legs are longer than the front legs, so it sometimes looks like a cat is hopping. Has a round head, widely spaced ears, round eyes, no tail or a very short tail, so Manxies with no tail at all are called rumpies, and they're about 8 to 12 pounds. The first thing you might notice about a Manx cat is that it has a short stump of a tail, if it has any tail at all. Manx cats were first identified on the Isle of Man, an island off England's west coast. Manx come in many patterns and colors, and the most common are tabby, calico, and tortoiseshell. Calico cats have larger patches of black and red and white. Tortoiseshell cats have black and red hair in patches. General behavior. You'll like this. They're mellow and relaxed. Like laps, but do not always like high places, so they may not like to be carried. They like to play and can be easily trained to do some tricks such as fetching. Might pick a favorite member of the family like dogs often do and follow that person around. And special needs, they often like to play with shiny objects. Be careful not to leave out jewelry, paper clips, or other small shiny things. They might eat them. That's not good. And then we have the mixed breed. And a mixed breed cat might be friendly and love company, but maybe not. It might be short or long-haired. Body can be round with short legs or slim with long legs, and anything in between. Triangle-shaped or round head, pointed or rounded ears, almond, oval, or round-shaped eyes. Wide range of heights from about 6 to 15 pounds. So remember, the mixed breed has mixed its breed, and so depending upon how it's bred, each one will be looking different. Want a truly special pet? Try a mixed breed cat. Most pet cats are mixed breed cats, and these cats are a combination of many breeds. Every mixed breed cat looks and acts differently. Mixed breed cats are often called domestic longhairs or domestic shorthairs. The color. Mixed breed cats come in many colors such as black, red, brown, cream, and white. They can have many patterns on their coats. Bicolor cats are one color on the top and white on the legs and belly. Anything goes. The general behavior. A mixed breed cat might be friendly and love company, or she might be shy and hide when someone comes over to visit. She might be non-stop action and full of energy, or she might like to lie in a sunny spot and watch while you play. So you never know with a mixed breed cat. Some of the other ones, like Siamese cats and different ones we've talked about earlier, they usually have the same characteristics. The special needs. Since mixed breed cats are so different from one another, it will be an adventure as you get to know your pet and learn about his individual needs. Your vet will let you know if your cat has any special health concerns. The Persian cat. It has long hair, short broad body with short legs, very round flat face, short tail with bushy hair, small round tipped ears, round eyes which are copper, dark orange, green, or blue, and about 8 to 15 pounds. And the Persians come in more than 50 different colors and patterns. But the Persians are the most popular purebred pet cat in the world. Long-haired cats that become known as Persians start in Turkey and Iran, once known as Persia. Special needs. A Persian cat needs to be combed every single day, otherwise the fur will get matted and combing out his knotted hair can be painful for the cat. Because of their flat faces, they may need to have the fur around their eyes cleaned regularly. So they need a lot of care. Persians are not energetic and will spend most of the day lying around watching what is going on. They hardly ever jump or climb. They have a very quiet voice that they hardly use. They love to be petted and sit on laps. They are very gentle and like to cuddle and do not mind lots of action going on around them, but they might not join in. And here we have the Ragdolls, and they're large and gentle cats. They have long hair, large muscular bodies, broad triangle face, long fluffy tail, and so forth and so on. The Ragdoll breed gets its name from the fact that when you pick up one, the cat tends to go limp, like a ragdoll. We've talked about that. Ragdolls can be bicolor, pointed, or mitted. Mitted means that they have white mitts on their paws. Pointed cats have light bodies with dark faces, ears, tails, and feet. The general behavior is that they are large and gentle cats. They're very quiet and do not meow often. Like people, and are very friendly with their owners and visitors, and they're not very active or energetic, but will be playful. And their special needs is they have long hair, but it does not mat as much as other long-haired breeds do. So they do not need to be groomed daily, but should be combed at least once a week. And the Russian Blues are quiet cats who like quiet houses. Russian Blues are named for the country where they were first found and for their unique bluish-gray color. They are quiet cats who like quiet houses. They may be scared of visitors and run and hide when people come to your house. They're very gentle and loving with their owners, and they can be energetic and playful, but will not get into too much trouble. Russian Blues have short, very thick hair, and it should be brushed twice a week. Now we have the Siamese. The Siamese are very active and energetic and love to play. Do you want lots of action? Do you want a cat that talks a lot? Bring home a Siamese cat. This breed originally came from Thailand, which was once called Siam. Siamese need a lot of attention and space to play because they have so much energy. The Siamese are very active, energetic, and love to play. They are very smart and curious. They like to know what you are doing and may follow you around the house. They like to sit on laps, be held, and also be carried around. Are known for being very talkative, and their voices are loud, and they meow a lot. The Tonkinese. They're energetic, active, and can get into trouble, unfortunately. They're so active and curious that it might be a good idea to have two of them. They can keep each other company and out of trouble. This breed was created by mixing Siamese with Burmese cats. The Tonkinese have pointed coloring in browns, creams, blue, and gray. They like to have company and attention. They're very curious, they're energetic and active, and can get into trouble. They like to sit on laps, but are not as talkative as Siamese, but still very social. Special needs. Tonkinese are very active and need a lot of room and attention. Have lots of toys to keep them busy when you are out. Bringing your new cat home. The first day with your new pet can be exciting, but you have to be patient. Start by keeping your cat in one room with everything she needs. After a few days, open the door and let her explore. If you have other pets, they need to get to know your new cat too. Do not leave another cat or dog alone with your new cat for the first few days. A safe way to introduce your pets to each other is by having your new cat in a crate when your pets first meet. Watch how they react to each other. If one of them acts fearful or aggressive, separate them and keep them apart. Let them meet again little by little over time with the new cat in the crate each time. When they act, relax, and appear comfortable together, let your new cat out of the crate. It might take as long as 2 weeks for your pets to accept each other as part of the family. Within the first week of getting your cat, you should bring her to the vet for a checkup, and the vet will make sure your cat has all of her shots and is healthy, and the doctor will be able to give you tips on taking care of your new family member. Your cat will depend on you to give him all the things he needs, including food and shelter, but the love and attention you give him is just as important. Lots of love is just as important for a pet cat as food and shelter. I hope you remember that. And make sure that before you guys get a cat, if you were going to get one and you haven't had one before, you might want to visit a family that has a cat already, in case some of you might have allergies to the cat and you wouldn't want to get a cat and then have to give it away. So make sure that you are not allergic to the cat, because there are a lot of people who are allergic to cats, the cat fur. All right, so there you have it. Cats, the top 10 cats for kids. Not bad, huh? And the last one is top pets for kids is the small mammals. This is a neat one too. So maybe you're not being able to have a dog. Maybe you can't have a cat. But if you'd like to have something warm and furry, we can try some of these. And I will go through them all. There are 10 of them that we're going to talk about. A small furry pet. Are you thinking about getting a pet? How about one that is small and furry? It sounds perfect. Think about getting a small mammal. Small mammals can make excellent pets. The first thing you need to know is, of course, is exactly what a small mammal is. When veterinarians talk about small mammals as pets, they usually mean gerbils, guinea pigs, hamsters, mice, or rats. Another small pet mammal includes the more exotic chinchilla, a daegu, a ferret, or a hedgehog. Pet rabbits are also thought of as small mammals, even though some grow to be bigger than cats. Why do people like small mammals as pets? There are many reasons. They are soft and furry. Many of them are cute. They're interesting to watch. They're usually very active. Most race around, burrow, and hide. Some climb. Others seem like chewing machines. And some of them are usually quiet pets, and most do not need much room, and many like to be played with. So there's 7 good reasons why you should have maybe a small mammal around. Let's see. How can you find out if a small mammal is the right pet for your family? You need information, of course. There are several ways to get the information. 1, talk to a vet. 2, talk to other small mammal owners. 3, go to the library and look for pet books. A librarian can help you find out about the animal that interests you. Once you have your facts, talk with your family. Decide together if you can handle the responsibility of owning a small mammal. Now, if you're going to say, oh, Mommy, I'm going to take care of it every day, and you don't, that doesn't look good on you, and it isn't good for your pet either. So be honest. Can you take proper care of this kind of pet? Some small mammals will need special food. All of them need fresh water every day, and their cage cleaned at least once a week. That can be a stinky job, so are you willing to do it? For some animals, you'll be taking on this job for a very long time. Chinchillas can live up to 22 years. Hedgehogs can live up to 10 years. Pet rabbits can live up to 12. And if you adopt mice, on the other hand, you will not have them nearly as long. And they usually live 1.5 years or 2 years, and you have to have a mouse funeral. That's not fun. Next, keep in mind that it could cost a lot to keep a small mammal. It is true that buying one mouse, for example, does not cost very much, but all small mammals need a cage, a special kind of water bottle, special food, exercise equipment, and sometimes even more. Plus, when your pet will have to go to the vet, it can be expensive. Having any pet is a big responsibility, but if you choose to adopt a small furry animal as your pet, you will have lots of fun too. Healthy and happy small mammals. What does it take to be sure a small mammal stays healthy and happy? food and water. Small mammals do not eat the same kind of food. Many eat only plants, but some, including the ferret and the hedgehog, do not eat plants at all. Stores sell special food pellets for different kinds of small mammals. Your pet will also need other food. For guinea pigs and gerbils, this will be vegetables. Rabbits need both vegetables and hay. Also, most small mammals need things to chew, such as tree branches. To find out exactly what your pet will need, read up and ask your vet. Like all mammals, small mammals need water. Some cannot drink out of a bowl. Instead, they need a special sipper bottle that's hung upside down on the side of their cage. A comfortable home. A small pet mammal usually lives in cages with a solid, not wire bottom. Some can also live in a glass box called a terrarium. The size of their cage and what they need in it varies from animal to animal. A mouse can live in a small cage. A rat needs a cage that is at least 24 inches wide. Rabbits and ferrets need very large cages measuring about 5 feet in length sometimes. So that's pretty big. Inside their home, all small mammals need 3 things: bedding, a place to hide, and exercise equipment. The bedding you put down on the bottom should be hay or wood shavings, but not cedar chips, which have oils that can make small mammals sick. To give your pet a place to hide, you might want to put a cardboard tube or box in its cage, or sometimes an old shoebox. Rabbits and ferrets need to be let out of their cages every day so that they can roam. Make sure that they are in a safe area where there's no plants or electrical cords. This will keep them from getting sick or hurt. Other small mammals can get their exercise from running through special tubes or using exercise wheels or balls made specially for these mammals. How to choose the pet for you. Chances are, if you have looked up pictures of small pet mammals, you think that they're all cute. So how will you decide which one is the pet for you? If you think you might like a ferret, hedgehog, or daegu, the very first thing to do is to find out if it is legal to keep these animals where you live. In some places, lawmakers worry that if ferrets, for example, escape and start living in the wild, they will destroy crops. Ask an adult to call the animal control officer of your town to ask this question. Next, think hard about why you want a pet and what you hope having a pet will be like. What interests you? If you would like to be able to watch your pet during the day, a gerbil might be a good choice. They are active during the day, and on the other hand, hamsters like to sleep during the day and play at night. I had a squeaky wheel on my hamster's cage that I would hear at night. If you would like to have more than one small furry pet, think about getting daegus. They are actually only happy in a group. Experts sometimes recommend that people get 2 ferrets, but this can cause a lot to handle because ferrets are very energetic. Do you want a pet that you can pick up? Mice are not easy to handle, and they will try to get out of your hands. And if they escape, and they're very hard to find. A chinchilla may take a while to get used to you, but after a while it will probably come to you to be petted if you can be very quiet and calm. Although chinchillas rarely bite, they may do so if held too tightly, and they have very sharp teeth. Hedgehogs and ferrets have painful bites too. They should be handled very carefully. Gerbils and hamsters are a little easier to handle. Think about your home. Is there a room in your house or apartment that can easily be closed off and where you can let your pet out? If so, a ferret might be perfect for you. If you have a big yard where you can put up a pen, you could get a rabbit. If you have a room for only a small cage, mice would be a good choice. Finally, think about your family. If you have a very young brother or sister, a chinchilla will not be a good choice. Chinchillas are easily frightened and might get hurt trying to escape from a small child. Experts also say guinea pigs and mice and hamsters are not very good choices for families with small children, such as preschoolers. When it comes time to actually get your pet, there are still more choices to make. Many pet stores sell small mammals, and you may need to go to a breeder. However, to get one of the more exotic ones, such as a daegu or ferret, one excellent place to get a pet is from a rescue group. This is an organization that takes care of animals that have been abandoned or neglected. Never try to get a pet from the wild. If you find an injured rabbit in your yard, for example, do not take it inside. Wild animals never make good pets and should be left in the wild. The chinchilla. Chinchillas are rodents that live in the wild in the Andes Mountains of South America. There they live in burrows, usually in large groups called colonies. Special needs of chinchillas. They need a very large cage, at least 6 feet long, 6 feet wide, and 3 feet tall. Chinchillas like toys that they can chew, such as wooden blocks. When handling a chinchilla, hold the base of the tail close to the body with one hand while you carry the animal on your other arm close to your body. Their general behavior is that they're active, and especially at night, and they're easily frightened and allow humans to pick them up but do not always want to be held. They jump very high and probably higher than your head. Clean their fur by rolling and digging. They clean their fur by rolling and digging in dust, and this is called a dust bath. So, what else do we have? We have a Daegu. This is the Daegu. They burrow, and then they burrow, and then they burrow some more. They are rodents. In the wild, they live in South America, and they can live in different habitats, from woods by the ocean to rocky mountains. Wherever they live, they like to burrow. A Daegu becomes unhealthy if it lives alone. If it was a person, you would say it was depressed. You must get at least 2. They should be of the same sex, because a male and female Daegu would produce large numbers of babies, and you don't want that, I don't think. The Daegus are active during the day, and they burrow, and then burrow some more, are happiest living in a group. They communicate using a variety of sounds, and they chew everything. They want to climb all the time. So think about that before you try to get one of those. The next one is a ferret, and it will chase other animals, including other ferrets. The ferrets adopted as pets are related to a wild animal called the polecat. Ferrets have been kept as pets for at least 1,000 years. It is illegal to own a ferret in some states, so ask an adult to check with the local animal control officer for deciding to have one as a pet. The general behavior of ferrets is that they are often called curious, and they're very active. And they'll chase other animals, including other ferrets. And they'll carry off small things, such as socks or cat toys. And they make nests. Their special needs. They'll come to their owners when they want to be handled. They need very large wire cages to sleep in, but will not be able to stay in their cages 24 hours a day. They must be allowed outside of their cage at least 2 hours a day. Longer is better. The gerbil. In the wild, gerbils live in dry places in Asia and Africa. These small rodents collect and store food for the winter. Their special needs is that they can live in a wire cage or terrarium with a lot of bedding at the bottom. They need a lot of exercise equipment such as tunnels and wheels, and never grab a gerbil by the tip of its tail, because its fur on the tip of the tail itself might come off and might not grow back. Gerbils need to spend time with other gerbils, and they also need to have plenty of things to chew. Gerbils have been called curious and friendly, and they're happiest living in pairs. They should be the same sex and grow up together from the same time that they are young. And they like to chase, wrestle, and box. And they groom one another too. And they run very fast through tunnels for exercise. And the diet is special rodent chow, and it comes as in pellets, which are fed a tablespoon or 2 at a time, or in a block, plus a few nuts or seeds every day. So that seems easy enough. The next one is the guinea pig. They're active both day and night. They no longer live in the wild, but long ago they were found in the Andes Mountains of South America. They have been popular pets in Europe and the United States since the early 1900s. And you have to be careful when you pick up a guinea pig, because it will squirm. This makes them easy to drop, and they need to be allowed to exercise outside of their cage for an hour or 2 every day. You should do this in a small room that can be closed off. The guinea pigs are social animals, so they are happiest living with other guinea pigs of the same sex. And they're active both day and night. They need a lot of activity. They can stand on their hind legs, and they'll climb. So be careful. Next one is the hamster. In the wild, hamsters live in the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. They are desert creatures that live in burrows. Unlike many other types of small mammals, they live alone instead of in groups. And their special needs is that the hamster can live in a wire cage or glass terrarium. They need to be able to run fast, so that it is a good idea to buy them an exercise wheel. They will need things to chew. If you are very patient, your hamster may eventually like being picked up. They're most active at night. They love to exercise, climb, and crawl through tunnels. Sometimes they carry food in their cheeks and bury it. And they'll build themselves a nest that you can give them toilet paper to make the nest out of. They'd rather live alone, and they can be happy, though, if they are raised with another hamster or another sex, of the same sex, when they're both very young. The special hamster chow that you buy as pellets, given a tablespoon at a time or in a block, plus a few nuts or seeds if you'd like to each day. The hedgehog. It's usually 6 inches in length. It has a round body, short prickly spines on the back, its furry white belly, pointed face, and upright ears. Many different colors, including brown, cinnamon, and salt and pepper, or a mixture of black and white. In the wild, hedgehogs live in Africa, Europe, and Asia. If threatened, a hedgehog will roll its body into a ball to protect itself. Since it is illegal to own a hedgehog in some states, ask an adult to check with the local animal control officer before you decide that you want one as a pet. The diet that you'll need to discuss is with your vet. If the wild, they eat mostly insects, so you don't want to get that. As pets, some do well eating cat food plus live insects. Sometimes special hedgehog food can also be found. They're most, as I said, they're most active at night, and they like to burrow, and they sniff everything. They grunt and snuffle and squeal, and they roll into a ball if they're frightened, remember. Special needs. In their home, hedgehogs need an exercise wheel, a hiding place, and a deep bedding to allow them to burrow. It will take a long time, but after a while, your hedgehog will let you pick it up. These are fragile creatures that sometimes bite, so they should be handled very carefully. Okay, the next one we have is the mouse. Mice are found just about everywhere in the world. Wild mice live in people's houses and barns and in fields and forests. They are also popular as pets, but do not be tempted to make a wild mouse a pet. A wild mouse will not be happy locked up in a cage. The general behavior as a mouse is that they are active both day and night. They rarely sit still for more than a minute. They like to burrow and climb and are happiest when they live in a group. The special needs of a mouse is that they need deep bedding in their cage. They will be healthiest if they have at least one other mouse to live with. Both of your mice should be of the same sex. You should give your mice an exercise wheel or ball for running. And when you pick up a mouse, you should not pick it up by its tail. Instead, scoop up its body and then gently hold the tail so it doesn't get away. Okay, special rodent food. This can come in pellets given by the tablespoon or a block, and plus a few nuts or seeds per day would be helpful. The next one we have is a rabbit, and they live in burrows in the wild, and they are found in many parts of the world. The wild rabbits are shy and avoid humans. You should never try to take in a wild rabbit and raise it. They have been called intelligent creatures. They're quiet. They like to move around and hop instead of run, and they like to chew, and they thump their back feet when there's danger. Rabbits need a very large cage plus a second place where they can move around freely. They need a hiding and nesting place in their cage, a litter box if they are allowed to roam the house, and plenty of things to chew. Rabbits can be easily trained to use a litter box. Make sure you have your rabbit spayed if it's a female or neutered if it's a male. These are operations that will prevent your rabbit from producing babies. Rabbits that have been spayed or neutered are healthier and make much better pets anyway. And so many pet rabbits spend their time outside in a cage. Those that go indoor can easily be trained to use the litter box, as we said. The next one is a rat. Now, rats have a bad rap. In the wild, rats are found in every continent except Antarctica. They live almost everywhere humans live. Some wild rats can carry harmful diseases. Pet rats, however, are safe. Special needs for a rat are rats are very social and like to live with other rats. So you should try to buy 2 at the same time. They also need tunnels or an exercise wheel and wood shavings to burrow in. And again, it's wise to have them be of the same sex. General behavior for rats is they are most active at night. They're very social creatures. They have been described as intelligent and playful. They sleep in nests, and they can be trained to use a litter box in their cage. So there you have the rats. So getting to know your new pet. If you get one of these small animals, getting a new pet is exciting, and small mammals are some of the most fun pets around. One way you can make sure the fun starts right away is to buy your pet's home even before you buy your pet. Set up the cage and hang the water bottle, add the bedding in the tunnel or box of exercise wheels, or all 3. So whatever you have wanted to get, you ask the people what they need they need to be housed in, and you set it up first, and then you go out after it's all set up and you find a certain space in your house that you want to put it in. Maybe it's going to be in your bedroom. Make sure that you get the proper food for it right away, and that you have a little water bowl or a water bottle hanging off the thing. That they have maybe a little place for them to go to the bathroom in their cage, so that you have it all, it's all planned out and it's all put out for them, and then you go find your pet. Okay? Once you come home with your new pet, put it in its cage. Now just sit back and watch. Do not be tempted to move things around in the cage too much or to try to pick up your pet. It will need time to adjust to its new home. Okay? Show your other family members your pet. Take time to explain to little brothers or sisters that these animals are fragile and easily frightened, and that they should not make loud noises around your pet or put their fingers in the cage. In just a day or two, you should take your new pet to the vet for a checkup. Before you go, make a list of questions to ask the vet. One important question is about any medical problems that your pet is at risk for. The vet might mention overeating, skin problems, or problems with teeth. Also, in the first day or so, you should figure out a routine. Plan when you will feed your pet and when you're going to change the water every day. Choose one day a week to clean its cage, or you might need to do it twice a week. You never know. You will also need to think in advance of who will take care of your pet if you go away overnight. Over time, you will want to get new exercise equipment for your pet so it stays interested and active. You will find it interesting, too, to see your pet figure out how to use a new tunnel or a ball. It can take some time for a small mammal to get used to you, so be patient. If you give your pet time to adjust, it will probably come to like having you around and maybe even let you pick it up. Having a small mammal as a pet will change your life in two important ways. First of all, you will have a big new responsibility. At the same time, you will be rewarded by having a pet that is always fun to watch. So there you have it. So I hope that if you are going to get a small mammal, that you think it through, that you make sure that you are going to dedicate yourself for you, not your parents, to take care of the pet and to clean your pet's cage, and you're the one that has to do it. So with that in mind, I let you all guys go. I hope that you enjoyed the stories, and see you again next time. Have a good day. Bye.